In this video, I'm going to show how to first set up your annotated bibliography before you even bother with typing the summaries of each of the articles. The directions say in the annotated bibliography that in the blue fields, copy and paste or type the citation for each source, and to make sure to post them in alphabetical order. The second thing that says is type at least a paragraph in which you explain in your own words. The first thing we're going to do, our video is going to focus just on step one. So as you can see in this document, I have blue shaded areas for the citations, and then I have white shaded areas for the paragraph summary of the article. That's just to color code and to keep things easy and organized. Nonetheless, the thing that I'm going to need first is the actual emails that have the articles. So I have already selected in my email address here the articles. And the first thing I have to do is I have to figure out which one goes in alphabetical order first. So if I click on the first article and I look at the citations, the very first article right here, which is about like public school teachers abdicate, which means leave some of their rights at work, that's Jacobs. The second article then is Evinger. So this would be before Jacobs if I were to put it in there. But I'm not going to do that yet because I have to figure out which one's first. Then, as you can see, Lee and Ginsburg. The next one then is Riley. The next article that I was looking at has an author of Baker. Now that's a B, so I assume that that's probably going to be um, the first one, but we'll see. But we know that B is in front of all of them so far. And then Thompson, and then last but not least, Sanchez. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up this email that's by Baker. I'm going to make it big by double clicking on it. And the very first piece of information I'm going to need for my annotated bibliography really is going to be this right here. And I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to hit Control C, which is to copy. And then I'm going to go into the Word document, and I'm going to hit Enter one time, and then I'm going to paste it. And yes, it gets a little bit difficult, but that's okay. And I'm also going to say keep text only. Right now, I'm okay with this, but technically speaking, there's a method called the hanging indent. I'm actually putting that together right now, where that's how the text should look when you actually do it. Also, when you see all this stuff right here, I think that it's an okay thing to just kind of cut it off right here because EBSCOhost, everybody knows that that's where you can get it from, and you don't need all that gigantic URL. So nonetheless, I'm ready to, when I read that article, I can summarize that article right here. So we got one down. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at what I got. Baker, he's out of the way. Thompson and Sanchez, those are probably going to be toward the back. So Riley is in front of Sanchez and Thompson. Lee is in front of that one. Evinger and Jacobs. This is going to be my next citation. So I'm going to open that one out, Evinger, and I'm going to do the exact same thing with this one as I did on the previous one. I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste it into the next slot for the citation. I'm going to hit Control V, and then I'm going to click, and I'm going to click Keep Text Only. And for this one, for your document, I'm actually going to have this prefabricated ahead of time better. But nonetheless, you get the point. This one is reasonably long, so I'm not going to cut it off because that's a reasonable citation. So here's the second article. I will type my summary of the article right there. So we got two down. And basically, you will repeat this process in alphabetical order until you get all of them into the annotated bibliography. Then once you've done this, the next step is for you to like write a summary of each of the articles in the space provided. So I'll do one more before I move on to the next thing. So I'm going to scroll down. So we did Evinger. I think the next one, Jacobs, this is probably the next article that I'm going to refer to. So it's anything in front of it now. J is first still. Riley. So yeah, Jacobs is going to be the one that I put in next because of its alphabetical order. I'm going to make it big like I did before. And once again, I'm going to select this text. I'm going to hit Control C once I've selected it, which I just did. I'm going to go back to the document. I'm going to hit enter, and then I'm going to hit Control V. And when I hit Control, I'm going to select here, and I'm going to pick keep text only. And when you guys get your document, you won't have to do this extra step of doing the hanging indent. It'll already be ready for you. So that is the process. You basically take your articles and you look at your emails and you figure out which one should be first, which one should be second, which one should be third, all the way down to the bottom of the page.